Um, all right. We have Camela Sorensen here. She's a nurse. And today we're just gonna talk about health and wellness. And yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just got
Aw-
done with my workout, feeling good. So,
Awesome. Awesome. Um, so what kind of, got you into fitness and why did you, how did
well,
explain that journey?
I've been in sports or like doing sports my whole life. So, that's kind of like been like a part of my life my whole life. Um, but what really got me into like more like the health like nutrition side was the like my mom with um
So your mom.
my mom
Yeah.
growing up, just like always had like just we were the snack house,
Right, right. Which I feel like a lot of families are.
yeah, like all my friends would come over and just be like, oh, you have such good snacks. Like my mom, like she doesn't buy all these like cool like gummies and like whatever.
Right.
And then um she kind of like my mom like had a couple like health things that happened to her. And so then I was just like trying to like figure out like, oh, I wonder like how much like nutrition has to like do with
You're
like
right.
health and
Yeah. Yeah.
also fitness, like how much it impacts how well you do in
Hmm.
sports
Hmm.
and things like that. And
Hmm.
then I took a nutrition class in
At like your school, or was it more of a type of thing you did in high school?
it was in high school.
Okay.
And I've always been fascinated with like the human body and
Yeah.
how it works. And
Hmm.
then like I've always been interested in that. But then I took nutrition and then that just like kind of took it to a whole new level how like important like what we eat like fuels our body and how each nutrition works and
Yeah.
benefits and um yeah, that's what I learned.
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, so that's good stuff. Like I feel like a lot of people, especially like I've lived with like several families, so like everyone's pantry, looks a little different, right? Like some families go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, where others, just kind of get whatever they want to get. And there's just so much, crap in there. And it's just, like you said, like that can lead up to, in several years, that can lead up to different, illnesses and whatnot, mentally
Mhm.
and physically. But so in what way do you, since we're talking about health and wellness, what well, how do you take care of your body, your body physically, um, besides like working out? Do you have some type of recovery, like recoveries, like what was the word I'm thinking of? Methods and or do you just kind of just go to sleep and that's like your recovery? Like, what does that look like for you?
Honestly, I'm not very good at the recovery part.
Hmm.
Kind of like do my workout and then afterwards, just go about my day.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I think the most important thing is like trying to get protein after
Right.
you work.
Right. That's so
And
important.
yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, have you ever heard of the sauna?
No, I haven't. Tell me more.
Man, well, let me tell you about it. Okay. The sauna. Okay. So basically, when you trap yourself in this like deliberate heat exposure room, your
Mhm.
cells are going to start regenerating, and it's going to help you recover your sore muscles after a workout. It's going to help you prevent cardiovascular disease. it's gonna give you relief from anxiety and stress. And there's just so many different types of benefits. It also releases dopamine from your brain, so you're going to be in a happier mood. And I feel like it's a holistic, approach to things, to the mental health and physical health for your body, especially at this day and age. Like, um for instance, like, let me ask you this: do you ever feel like there's just so much stuff going around yourself, and like there's just so much, like, you got your Instagram, you got like whatever, you got homework, you got 10 different things, you got your friends, and then in the end you end up doing nothing? So is that an issue for you? Like, do you ever feel like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I, that's not very productive and going in a positive direction.
Right, right. So here's the thing about the sauna: you can do less and achieve more here. Okay. You're just sitting there, you're doing nothing, and you're achieving way more because you're focused on one thing, right? And that's just relaxation, right? So it's something that I feel like, it's got a lot of potential. And
Mm.
have you ever been in a sauna?
I've been one time.
Oh, nice. How was that experience?
It was good, but I felt like I was gonna pass out a little bit.
Mm.
Drink enough water before.
That is pretty important. That's a step people forget. You got,
Um,
yeah,
so yeah, because you're just sweating a lot.
exactly, exactly.
Going
Um,
out
do
cold,
you
you know, like you just make sure you're drinking water.
right have since you're a nurse, has that ever been brought up in school or anything like that? Any holistic approaches, such as going to the sauna, or is it more, what would you say it looks like when you're learning? Like what?
It's a lot of like this is a long-term illness. There's no solution except to be on medicine for the rest of your life. Um, it's
Really?
a that. Yeah.
Wow. So that would you say, as a nurse, um, do do they make you, do your professors kind of keep you inside of a box in a way?
Yes. Like
Really?
they just like they don't offer any other options to learn like
Really?
other solutions.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think that is good or bad, or what are your thoughts on that?
That's bad.
Hmm.
Because um there's like people like shouldn't have to just take a pill for the rest of their life because
Exactly.
that's like a lot of like money, like insurance, like
Right. Right.
um like take it every day. Um
Right. In a way,
so
it could almost be like a scam, you know?
yeah.
Um, which is, it's pretty wild thinking like how, that might be a possibility. And like maybe we have, cures for different diseases, but we just, the government, so
Yeah.
um
Um, Going off kind of like what I said, like I kind of forgot to mention this in the beginning, but a big part of like why like looking into like nutrition and other options is because I felt like I didn't have that option when I was going through like I had really bad acne whenever I was in like high school. And that's like that's really like the turning point in my life where I was like, okay, there has to be other options out there to not just like a pill. And like I felt like the doctor just was like I was on antibiotics for 3 months, and like being on antibiotics for 3 months is not the greatest because then you start like creating resistance to um other antibiotics, and you don't want that because if you get a really bad infection then you might not be able to treat it. um and then also to like the medicine that I ended up taking, Accutane, it was like super aggressive like on my body, and like there can be a lot of side effects to it.
wow.
And like luckily I didn't really experience like the side effects, but like I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't really being looked at, or like that there was like a deeper issue, because a
Right.
lot of like, oh, your gut, like you need to heal your gut to like
Mm-hmm.
help your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I was kind of like, I was so young. So, like, I was like 16. And so, like, I didn't really know the information I do now. And so I just kind of went with it. And like, my mom was just like all on board for it. And then, like, the doctor would like look at me like for 5 minutes and he's like, okay, like, we just need to put you on this. And then, like, hopefully it will like be better or whatever.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so, like, that's kind of like the personal experience I had. And looking back, I wish I did like more research and was more educated on like other options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that's a good point. I feel like, you're definitely not the only one with that, problem that happened in high school. Um, you know, your face now, like it looks like a baby's butt, it's so like it's so like there's nothing like it's just smooth as butter. So um but as I had I had struggles with acne as well. And I feel like water, agua did it for
Yeah.
me. It takes out, all the toxins and whatnot. And also if you connect the dots, what's another thing that detoxes your skin? The sauna, right? So,
So,
the sauna, it you connect the dots and it's always in the center, right? So it's just a holistic approach that people here in America should be, doing more. And but yeah, so what has your journey looked like as a nurse, and how is it hard? Is it what you expected, or is it easier than you thought?
like as a student or like,
Yeah, yeah, as a student nurse, yeah, like
um, it's hard because I feel like a lot of the stuff they're teaching, yeah, I find it super interesting, but maybe the way like their solutions are not something I would want to push on people.
really,
Um,
like what? Like what's
just
something pretty crazy that people might not know about?
like like we learned about Addison's disease, which is basically you have a lot of or you don't have like enough cortisol
Hmm.
or aldosterone, sorry. And um basically the only like solution that they said was just like to be on like medicine for the rest of your life.
Really?
Um
That's pretty depressing, honestly.
yeah, or like there's certain like autoimmune disorders that I like think that like can be fixed.
Hmm.
Just like your diet, because a lot of people don't realize like what we have in our foods is like there can be certain triggers in them that cause like the autoimmune disorder. So if you just eliminate it, then it can like be taken away. So
Really?
yeah, like my friend Grace's mom, um,
Hmm.
she had Graves' disease, which is hyperthyroidism.
Hmm.
And just by like taking away gluten and like garlic and identifying like those certain like ingredients and like foods, she was able to like reverse the disease, and she like doesn't have it anymore. So
Wow. That's something they don't teach you that, That's kind of what you kind of have to do your own research on.
yeah.
Right. So, um, but yeah, there's just so much to dive into the health and wellness world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy how people just kind of stick with what they're told, and they don't even consider looking outside the box. Where, and I read this pretty crazy fact how um sometimes the most like reliable doctors and like the best ones aren't the ones with the best like brand or name, right? So people just sometimes just choose like the most famous one or like the and that might not even be the best one. So it's crazy how but yeah, it's wild. So what's your favorite color?
It's blue.
Blue, okay. Okay. That's a great color. I myself, I'm a huge fan of light blue. You ever heard of light blue?
Okay.
Great color.
Yeah.
Um, if you were stranded on an island and you had three things to take, what would they be?
Um, a Bible.
Okay.
Um, the um, like some sort of like water filter, so I could just like
Hmm.
get it
Get your water, right, right, right.
from the ocean, and then it just filters it, and then I have
Mhm.
fresh water.
Smart, smart.
Mm. And then probably like a knife of some
Mm. Wow. You're a huge weapons girl or what?
sort. Not really,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
know, you use one, then sure.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, you mentioned the Bible, so let's kind of dive into that topic. What let's start with how has like Jesus kind of helped you set you straight in life, and how do you keep your faith like firm with him? Just kind of something simple, like what do you do on a daily basis that kind of keeps you, close to him and getting connected?
Yeah, well, I've been reading the Bible this year, like
Okay.
the one a year, and I've been doing that, just reading like a couple of chapters every day.
Hmm.
Um, so that's helped me a lot. I try to be like disciplined in that way.
Right, right. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how as a recently baptized Christian man, like your life, just flips right upside down, when you get out that water, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. And it's pretty different than being what I used to be, which is Catholic. So but
Mhm.
having your seat saved in heaven, it's incredible. And just being just thankful. That's all you got to do, just be thankful. And it's remarkable. It's awesome. Um, yeah, and well, let's dive into a different topic, okay?
Okay.
Um, let's let's talk a little bit more about the sauna, okay? What what have you heard just in general about the sauna? And like what has, maybe your parents, what do they say about it? Like let's hear that.
Um, well, I just know it's great for like getting toxins out.
Hmm.
Um, my dad is really wanting a sauna
Right.
because his doctor was like, you should do it because it lowers the risk of like heart disease.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay. Does the fitness facility that you go to, do they have a sauna there?
No, they do
No.
not.
Oh, okay. What's that?
I don't know if they do or not.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, honestly, like a lot of places nowadays, they have one and it's super small and it's just always packed, or they just don't. So, um, it's wild because I had a trip to Finland with my team, and a lot of the guys, they loved the sauna. So that was one of the main parts that they liked. So um it's a great place where you can bond with your family too, right? It's a social kind of gathering, and it's beneficial to your body. So, but let me ask you this. What's that?
Never mind, just go
Oh,
ahead.
let me ask you this question. Do you think that people that are self-aware of their health and self like conscious about health and wellness, is it that they do a specific thing and it makes them healthy, or is it a combination of several different things?
Well, I think what you have to start with is like being curious. Like a lot of people don't
Hmm.
want to like they don't even care to learn about how they can like improve on things because they're just like, oh well, I feel fine, so like why would I, you know? But it can be for everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Right.
like conscious people though are like curious and they want to better themselves and um help like the people around them too.
Right. Right. So you'd say it's more of a combination of many different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. Um, what are you learning as a student right now?
Um
Or what did you
just
learn since it's summer now?
um what am I learning now or what did I learn?
What did you learn? Yeah.
Just about a lot of diseases.
Okay. Like
And how,
AIDS?
yeah, and how the body works. And, yeah,
Yeah.
systems,
Okay.
how they all kind of play a part.
Right, right. There's just there's so many diseases nowadays and what what's kind of one that kind of caught your eye as wow, like this is a dangerous one and maybe this one, oh, people are just kind of crazy over, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like what
Well, I mean, we have to do like a TB test for like nursing school, but I've never heard anybody who has TB. So like, what? Why do we have to like be tested for that?
mm-hmm.
Um, and then something that like is like a serious one. Um,
That's maybe less unknown. Like, for instance, Alzheimer's, like, if you go in the sauna, that actually can decrease your chances of getting Alzheimer's. So that's pretty crazy. But
yeah. Um, I mean, I feel like we didn't dive in deep enough to like for me to know like a super like you know.
right, right. Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um, what are your thoughts on like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef going on right now?
Well, I can't make any comments on that because uh I have no clue. So,
Okay. Okay. Just say Kendrick won. Just say that.
and I cannot speak on it because I do not know any information and I'm not a rap girl, so I don't know.
Just say Kendrick won.
Well, I don't know, so I don't want to be saying something controversial.
It's not controversial. It's just a fact.
Um,
But yeah, it's crazy how oh yeah, recently too, like man, like Scottie Scheffler in jail. What are the chances, right?
I know.
He's your man, right? You love Scottie.
But it wasn't it ended up being nothing. There was just some misunderstanding.
Right. Crazy. Crazy how that happens. Um it's just um it's uh it's crazy how sometimes like you don't, you know, see a celebrity, doing something crazy and then it's just like they're in jail. It's like what happened? But back to health and wellness. Um, what are your thoughts on how do people who are like healthy can just well what are some like food items that they can start eating to just be healthier? Like what's like a because right now there's a big thing on seed oils, right? So what are your thoughts on that and like how is that all true or is that all fake? Like what's the time? What's the deal there?
Well, I think I obviously I still need to do more research, but anything that's like highly processed is like gonna be super bad for you. Um, so a lot of seed oils are because it's very hard to like get those oils out of the seeds, and it takes like a lot of work to do that. Um, so then it by the end of it doesn't like give you any nutrition. Um, so yeah, that's what I think about seed oils.
Yeah, yeah. It's just there's a lot of people talking about them right now, right? It's like this it's like the new kind of fad, like no seed oils, right? Once um like it used to be what was another one like um
That is bad. Like
yeah, yeah. What's that?
would say that or like cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like always the case.
Right, right.
There's different types of cholesterol. So
Really? Explain that.
well, like basically, if you have like what I learned is like in like heart disease, if you have very high uh low density lipids, then
Mm-hmm.
that's and then if you have low or if you have high density lipids, then that's good. And those are like the different yeah, different fats or like part of cholesterol that like
Mm.
is
Does does going in so how come when you go in a sauna, your blood vessels like they do they shrink or do they increase in size again?
I don't know. I guess I'm assuming like they vasodilate because you want yeah, they would vasodilate because you're trying to get stuff out of your system.
Right. And the sauna helps with cardiovascular disease, right? So it makes your blood vessels bigger and it makes the blood just rush like faster, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know exactly.
Right, right. I mean, yeah, it seems like that would because I know when you jump in the cold, you take a cold shower, you jump in the cold plunge after, I'm guessing it does something else to the blood, right? It kind of
Vasoconstricts.
mm. And what does that mean?
I mean, it's just like getting all your blood to your organs
Okay.
more vasodilation. That means you're getting all the blood like to the surface.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, the sauna, it's something that would you try it?
I mean, I've tried it,
Right.
but
Would you go again? Would you go would you kind of make the sauna a part of your daily routine?
maybe not daily. Um, but like I would do it like maybe once a week.
Hmm.
Most
Okay, right, right. Yeah, you don't even need it that much, but the thing is too, like once you go in, it's addicting because the effects kind of they wither away, right? So you want to go back again, right? So it's that type of thing where it's you go there and then the next day, you know, you're still feeling that buzz, you're still affected by it, but then after 2 days, 3 days, it kind of wears off, so you want to go back. But yeah, so you know, thank you for coming on a warm-up podcast today, and I hope you had a fun time. What would you, you know, kind of rate your experience here at the
I would rate it 7 out of 10.
wow, that's very unfortunate, but
It's my first podcast.
yeah, right, right. You know, we got to start somewhere, you know. like Drake says, started from the bottom, now we're here. So, but yeah, thank you for coming on the podcast, and you have a great day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.